If you're a small or medium business, you need a chief technology officer, but you probably can't afford one. We'll get to that later. Do any of these problems sound familiar in your business? You've hired a system integration company to implement a large-scale transformation of your key systems. Do you trust them when they say their approach is the best way? Are there requirements they're sidestepping? Conflicts of interest? How would you know? Try this one. You need to replace a key system in your environment. You have vendors knocking at your door, but you just don't have the time to vet them and select the right one for your business. How do you choose? How about this problem? You have information in 2 or more systems, same piece of information, but there are problems keeping the data in sync. For example, the accounts receivable department doesn't have the current address of the customer in their accounting system, making it slow to deliver invoices. How do you automate? How do you reduce the cost of doing business? A customer calls you to ask about their services and their bill, and your customer service rep has to use 3 different systems to answer their question and close the call. How do you reduce the time spent switching between these systems? How do you cut training costs? How do you put this information online for customer self-service? Sales agreements and service agreements are floating in folders on shared hard drives. How do you make sure that all the documents are captured for each client? And how do you ensure security for accessing the files? How do you prevent malware from using the shared drive to shut down your business? How about this question? A senior member of the team suggests the use of a cool bit of technology, perhaps from another company they worked at. Is it appropriate for your business? Is there a less expensive option? Will it require you to hire someone to maintain it? Will it save you any money or increase your sales? How about this question? 2 members of your technical team are arguing about what technology solution to use to meet a business need, and progress on a project has stalled. How do you get them onto the same page? How do you keep it from coming up over and over again? Here's another one. You have a difficult time hiring and keeping the right developers and program managers in your technology teams. There's a dizzying array of skills that they have to know. How do you spend the precious training dollars? How do you help your staff acquire the right skills at the right time? What skills do you hire for, and what skills do you train for? There's a person who answers these questions. That person is the Chief Technology Officer. The CTO is a senior leader in your technology program. If your company offers a technical product, the CTO typically sits outside of IT and owns decisions around technologies under both the products and IT. If your company is not a technology provider, the CTO typically reports to the CIO and owns the technical decisions within IT. Some companies combine the role of CTO and CIO in a single, overworked individual. But what does the CTO actually do? It drives simplicity, consistency, and velocity in IT systems and their interfaces with products. Many, if not most companies, built their systems by choosing one product after another to meet an immediate need, rarely considering the costs and benefits of having a simple, integrated system of systems. Complexity creeps in, and people are inserted into the gaps to make decisions and click the right button. Automating a manual process or getting rid of overlapping systems requires a clear view and the expertise of a seasoned CTO. Clear communications and accountability. A successful CTO communicates clearly with senior leadership without jargon, using facts and numbers, not emotional appeal for the next greatest thing. An excellent CTO will break down a problem into a series of projects, each with their own business value. And success, therefore, can be measured and demonstrated. The CTO also sets a vision and leads the team toward it. An excellent CTO is a leader. They'll set product direction, They'll quickly drive an effective decision-making process to settle disagreements. They'll drive toward a technical vision that aligns the product and business goals, and they'll share that vision with senior staff for buy-in and inspire their teams to achieve it in an orderly and effective manner. A key requirement for your CTO is they know how to hire staff, from the most senior directors to the most junior developers, and motivate them to contribute their best, build their skills, and collaborate with their teammates. The best CTO surrounds themselves with people who are smarter than they are, motivated and collaborative. An excellent CTO is not happy when they have to let go of non-performing staff, but they understand the necessity of getting the right people into the right places to deliver for the business. The CTO will also propose new uses for cutting-edge technology in ways that can bring a positive return on investment for the business. New technologies appear frequently. An excellent CTO watches and learns about new technology and creates a mechanism among their staff to evaluate and demonstrate the possibilities that new technologies like generative artificial intelligence or machine learning can provide, along with an excellent estimate of the costs involved with adopting them. Not only must the CTO be informed about emerging technology, but they must be ready to describe the business value or lack thereof for emerging ideas in the business. These are real needs, and the qualifications of a professional CTO are not trivial. At least 20 years in technology, preferably at the leadership level, deep understanding of the business and systems architecture, technologies, and security. Experienced at negotiating agreements with vendors, hiring staff, and resolving disputes. Top flight communication skills. Your average tech bro is not going to cut it. You need a CTO. The problem usually comes when you look at your personnel budget and you realize you can't afford a CTO. According to Glassdoor, the median salary for a full-time CTO in the United States is nearly $300,000. That's the median. That's the guy in the middle. Most small and medium-sized businesses simply can't afford a full-time CTO. This is where a fractional CTO comes in. Why go fractional? High speed and reduce risk. You can hire a fractional CTO. It can be done very quickly and without long bouts of decision making. You can bring on a fractional CTO in a brief period while searching for a more traditional hire. You can get problems solved and making progress along the way while you're hiring a regular CTO, if that's the direction you'd like to choose. Reduce cost. Let's face it, a CTO can be an expensive resource. In these times, you don't want to spend a lot of money for a single senior staff member when your existing developers are smart folks. However, your developers, no matter how smart, are not used to making decisions that align to business strategies or to think about the long-term consequences of the decisions they make on staffing, license costs, cloud hosting costs, vendor lock-in, and security. A fractional CTO comes on board on day one, ready to guide your business away from reckless or short-sighted decisions. Transformational skill. So in many organizations, the CIO is fully busy. They're just overwhelmed with keeping the operations of their IT department running, maintaining security, responding to incidents, managing the vendors. They do not have the time to be focused on transformational projects and internal investments. A fractional CTO can take some of that workload and risk off of their plate. What does CTO Resources offer? CTO Resources is led by Nick Malik, a skilled and experienced fractional CTO with over 35 years of deep technical experience, split between product development and IT. I have served in highly technical roles in multiple companies, from small startups to mid-sized firms in manufacturing, distribution, social media, e-commerce, finance, and insurance. My network of professionals extends around the world and deeply in specific fields like healthcare or real estate. Whether you have a CTO that's simply too busy to deliver the change you need, or you feel you cannot afford to hire a full-time CTO, the staff at CTO Resources can help. Schedule a call by filling out the form, and I'll meet with you directly to discuss how this works. But here's the gist. Here's the gist of it. A fractional CTO is booked 3 or 12 months at a time. No, you cannot book for 1 month and just see. We invest in our clients. We need to know that you're serious. You book the resource in much the same way that you put an attorney on retainer. Your company pays a fixed fee every month to CTO resources, paid in advance. In exchange, you get a set number of hours that the CTO will spend working on your business. Your company buys 1 block, 2 blocks, or 3 blocks of time per month. Each block of time equates to 20 hours of dedicated effort. You pay for the time, and much like a legal retainer, if you don't use it, you lose it. We are flexible to allow some time to carry over from 1 month to the next, but that's limited as well. We're dedicating resources to you. Excellence is not free. That said, a fractional CTO is far less expensive than a full-time CTO. There's no employee benefits to pay, no corner office, no fancy PC. The fixed fee is far less than a CTO's salary. It's easier to budget. Your company pays the flat monthly fee and reasonable travel expenses if you require the resource to fly to your location. That's pretty much it. We start by sketching out deliverables, and by the end of the first month, we have specific timelines for deliverables and impacts on your business. Your leadership meets with the CTO at least once a month to review efforts and progress. It's straightforward and clean. Most of the effort is done fully remote. While we're located in the Pacific Northwest of the United States, our staff have no problem with meeting with your team members regardless of their time zone. English language is required for communication. Depending on the issues you're facing and what problems you want solved, the staff of CTO resources will help you decide whether to buy 1, 2, or 3 blocks of time, and whether 3 months or 12-month contracts make more sense. Click the link associated with this video and set up an appointment to discuss the next steps.